Hey folks, welcome back. My name is Krishna. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This time around, I'm going to share with you another technique that involves utilizing vector components within raster illustration. So I'm using both Photoshop and Illustrator. And in this particular illustration here, you can see that the vector element here is this set of concentric cylinders. We've got the Silver Surfer, that's a raster-based drawing. The tongue is raster. The little pupil and the eyeball is also raster. So we've combined both raster and vector elements and bridged them together and made something look pretty cool. So for this, we're going to start out with Adobe Illustrator. I'm just going to reset some parameters here and we'll just start from scratch. So I'll go ahead and start out, instead of making circles, I'm going to go ahead and make a rectangular shape that looks something like this. I'm going to hold down the Shift key to make it rectangular. I will bump up the stroke to about, say, 15. That looks pretty good. I will change the line quality. Instead of it being uniform, I'll pick this width profile 4. And you can see that that line has this nice tapering look. Looks pretty cool. Next, what I'll do is I'll click on stroke. And what I'll do is I'll turn on dashed line. I'll also make sure that the cap is rounded and that the corner is also round join. And I've set the dashed line to 2 points and the gap to 25. Let's see if I can turn on my cursor. Oh yeah, so that's a new thing I got. So 15 points, 2 points, and 25 points. So this is kind of like the look that we have so far. All right, so now what we can do is we can take this particular shape and I'll go back to the selection tool here. I'll select the object like so. I'll go to my properties panel and I'll choose offset path. I'll click on offset path. I've got my offset set to a positive 30. That means the offset is going to be outside of the current perimeter. If I want it to go on the inside, I'll make that negative. So I'll say, okay, that's fine. I'll click OK. And on my version of Illustrator, I have this particular keyboard shortcut, Mat to offset path, because I use it quite a bit. If I hold down Option Command F, it lets me add another offset path. So this is pretty good. I've got something that I can work with here. The next step that I'm going to do here is I'm going to select the whole thing. I'll hit Command G, and what that does is it groups all of these offset paths together. Then I'll go up to Effect. I go to 3D and Materials. I'll choose Extrude and Bevel. And already you can start to see it looks pretty interesting. I'll set that axis to the front and I'll rotate it along the x-axis. I'll adjust something like the perspective. That looks pretty cool. I'll increase the depth. And you can see it took a little bit of time to get there. That looks pretty neat. So you can play around with some of these parameters like depth, twist, and taper. Now bear in mind, this is all very CPU and GPU driven. So if you're on an older machine, your performance may lag a little bit. Just give it a little bit of extra time. Anyway, I've got what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and select the whole thing. I'll hit Command C to copy it. Then I'm going to shift into Photoshop. I'll go to a new document. This is a 9x12 canvas. I'll hit Command V to go ahead and paste it. And I've got my object. So this looks very vectory, which stands to reason because I just brought it in from Illustrator. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and remove the orange and the brown color and just change it to black and white art. To do that, I want to make sure that my foreground color is set to black, background color is set to white. I'm going to go up to Filter. I'll go to Filter Gallery. I'm going to look for sketch, and I'm going to pick stamp. So I'm going to choose stamp. I'm going to zoom out so you can see what I'm doing here. This is the result. And I can adjust the light or dark balance. If I want to make it more light, I'll just take that slider and move it all the way off to the left. This looks okay. It's not super great. I really like the idea of having some contrast. This looks more interesting to my eyes. So I'll click OK. And we have our object. And we can see that there's a smart filter attached to it. And the last thing I want to do is I'm going to go to FX. I'll choose stroke. And what that does is it just cleans up some of those fringes. I'll set this to a 25 pixel stroke. And now it looks like we have something that has a bunch of black fills. It looks very dramatic, very ominous. It almost looks like some kind of an alien world. And we can do whatever we wish. We can combine these vector elements in with some raster-based illustration and make something look really cool. So that's the tip. Let me know if you have any feedback. If you want to see more of this kind of integration between vectors and raster work, I'm really starting to get very excited about drawing once again, because now I'm discovering more things that I can do with Illustrator that can inform my Photoshop work. So if you want to see more of that type of stuff, let me know in the comments below. I'll make a quick plug to the brush packs that I sell. If you're interested in getting some of the brushes that I use for some of the demos that I have on my channel, they're available in the description for this video. As always, thanks for your support, and I will catch you next time. See ya.